one of the most frustrating things about the internet for me is that I don't know if it's created people who do this or it's encouraged them, but it makes it feel like people are less inclined to listen and more inclined to want to immediately like dunk on a person or an idea do you know what I mean? But they don't engage anymore. People don't engage. People just want to be like, ha, God, what about? The reason I talk about that is because of the story in Iran that's happening right now. I'm sure you all know it, but if you don't, what's happening in Iran is many people are going into the streets, predominantly women, protesting in the streets against the government of Iran and against what they call the morality police that has been getting stricter and stricter every single regime in Iran, where they force women, to wear the hijab, and then like how they wear it is also important. So it's just like basically just a bunch of random dudes policing women. You're not moral enough, and it's oftentimes there's no rhyme, there's no reason. They just harass women. And so now, after a woman named Mahsa Amini was taken into custody by the Iranian morality police, she died, right? I think she was 22 years old, and she died. And so women in Iran have just poured out into the streets, and they just said, we're not taking this shit anymore. We're fighting for our rights. It's one of the biggest movements people have ever seen in Iran. But what's so disappointing is seeing, and I guess it's the internet, but you see people who now use this as an opportunity to dunk on a religion that they hate. So they're like, oh, so now we're saying the hijab is bad, and oh yeah, you see, Islam, I thought, and it's like, no, if you understood what was happening, if you took the time to read beyond a tweet or a headline, what you'd understand is those women in Iran are not saying we're against people practicing their religion. What they're saying is we are against the government forcing everybody to practice one religion and practice it in one way. That's what they're saying. There's a big difference between the two. Like, I've always believed that. Like, have whatever religion you want. Worship however you want. As long as it doesn't hurt somebody else, yeah, that's your religion. That's fine. But once it becomes a government saying you have to, and you shouldn't, and this is how you have to do it, and you know what I mean? It becomes this big thing where they're like oppressing people as well, because it's not even, there's even stories where they'll say like, oh, the hijab wasn't on tight enough, the scarf wasn't tight enough on the woman's head. It's like, who is defining this and why, more importantly? You get the people on the internet who's like, yeah, we're against, in fact, burn them everywhere, burn them. It's like, I see what you're doing. You are being an asshole. That's what you're doing. That's what they should have on social media as well. They should also verify assholes. Yeah, just like, oh, verified asshole. Okay, now I know what I'm dealing with. Then I would even click. I'd be like, but what are the assholes saying? Oh, that's an interesting point.